So my name is Johnny Casey. I'm living in Lahinch in County Clare, and I suppose I've been an avid angler and fly fisherman for the last few years. My dad would have always kind of raised us in the sea, and that it would have started in the little rock pools with your little fishing net that you see all the kids with nowadays, trying to catch little guppies or sticklebacks, and kind of fishing for crabs with limpets. Yeah, it just kind of went from there, then a natural progression to pollock, mackerel, and then a bit of sea bass fishing around the estuaries and off the beach with lugworm and that, beach casting, and then fly fishing, I suppose. Around the estuary in Lahinch and that, there's quite a healthy population of sea trout in the estuary, so it's good fun fishing with those. It's on the fly, and they put up a fantastic kind of a fight when you get one on the end of the line. Yeah, so look, I think it's like growing up in Ireland, and obviously like fishing around here, it gets cold, and the weather can change very quickly. You can go out in a blue sky sunny morning, and by lunchtime, you've got a gale force wind coming in against you. Once you have a decent waterproof jacket, and maybe a pair of waders or a decent pair of boots, just to keep yourself, high and dry, you're good to go, really. There's so many nooks and crannies on the coast of Clare, and I suppose the coast of Ireland in general. For me, it's actually catching fish is only half, maybe even only 10% of the experience. I mean, 90% of the time you end up in places and you're walking shorelines that you'd have no other reason to be there for, other than you're gone off fishing, or you're gone off, exploring new zones, like, oh, this place might hold fish, that little bay around there might hold fish. Like, you can go from being an open countryside to being stuck in bushes and briars and trees, and it's a great experience. A huge part of getting out and about was just the biodiversity that you see all the way from the river mouth all the way up through the estuary back into where you hit the river proper itself. It's just between the flora, the fauna, and everything else you see. It's a magnificent place and a magnificent amenity to have, right there on your doorstep. Yeah, so look, I suppose the only downside of fishing at the coast and fishing around river mouths and estuaries and that is it's the tail end of where all the litter or rubbish that tends to come into a river tends to gather around the estuary. Look, there has been times where you're standing in the river, and next thing, like, there's plastic bottles, plastic bags floating down the river past you. But again, like, I know, like, it's a very easy thing to do. Like, if you're wearing a wetsuit or especially a pair of waders, it's just to, like, if you see little bits and pieces of plastic or rubbish floating around, just grab them and pop them into the top of your waders. I mean, you don't have to carry them around with you. You literally just pop them down the top and take it away with you. It's, it is a problem. Like, marine litter is obviously an issue, but I just think, look, if you can pick up your few little bits and bobs, every single day or every time you go and visit these places, it helps.